Phyxicx.
Hogarth. Professor.
It's difficult.
Blown away.
You need the make Phyxicx.
Chaos. Do I?
Dream
Master out to be this. What's going on? Better not come back to me, buddy. Hedgehog! Get back to the cops. Going on? Come in. You know, what can I say? No way back, cops. Going on? You're almost out of back to me, buddy. Hedgehog! Get back to the pyramid. Going on? You know, what can I say? The one and only, the ultimate. Grant you one. It all starts with this. A jewel containing the innocent real. There's no super you. Gotta go now. Maria, my master.
Well, hello everyone, welcome to another Darachat. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short. Today has been an interesting day in technology. We learned a little something today.
Yes, sir.
we had trouble trying to get something to work, but we got it to work finally through magic. Yeah, that's how I want to put it. It was a fun time. You know what? When you feel like you're pushing buttons, like you're in NASA, it's like, what does this button do? Launches a rocket, woo! And then everything just kind of doesn't work. But anyway, how do you say your name?
Phyxicx.
Phyxicx?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Phyxicx.
Okay, Phyxicx. Because I saw the X, I'm like, Phyxicx?
Yeah, I know. A lot of people struggle with it. They're like, oh, it's Phyxicx because it's got the X, right? No, I
Almost-
just swapped the S's with the X's.
I feel like, if you try to say it's like that kind of stuff. But well, thank you, sir, for joining me, of course. Despite
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, despite the technical what's a good word? Despite the technical melodramatics. That's trying to say that 5 times fast. But yeah, no, I'm glad to have you on. I have all sorts of different people on, and you're I've seen you play with. I think you're in the what is that Halo thing with a bunch of the
Yeah.
Rumble people.
Halo Rumble night will be tomorrow too. There's actually one going on tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
think a part of it is Fused is doing another one as well. I think it's called a SmackDown or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah, that's fighting games, I think.
Yeah, I've seen you play with because I've stopped by some of them like Fragniac, Pudge. And
Oh
all
yeah,
that.
Frag's great and Pudge. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like giving them a hard time.
yeah. Oh, you should give them a hard time. They'll take it. They'll
Yeah,
take that.
they're fun dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing lately. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 with Fused Aegis and his crew, Jace
Oh.
and Riker and Raken and a whole bunch of people. Dallo, I don't know,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, there seems to be
Huge amount of people there.
Yeah, there's a lot of for the gaming faction at least, and of course, gaming on Rumble is starting to get a bit of more and more because of the whole gaming on Rumble, Twitter X thing, and of course, Doc having come in and all that stuff. So that's
yeah.
pretty. Yeah, that's pretty nice that's getting bigger and a bit more noticed because I know for a lot of people, politics has been the keen but unkeen interest of Rumble, and at least they're giving some other attention to another portion of it, but it's still a long road from beyond being just about politics.
Yeah.
Because the one reason I keep hearing is it's where the money's at for them, which is understandable, right? A platform needs resources, and it's not cheap by any measure. But the sad fact of it is it kind of inhibits them from being more than just seen as. And so with this new trend for getting on gaming, and then I think there was mention of the music category, wasn't there?
Yeah. I mean, they're on top of they want to build everything. It seems
Yeah,
like.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a good way of um, trying to do it. It's just you could also spread yourself pretty thin by doing that as well. So you have to kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
so. But how long you been? Because I've only come across you during those times where you're playing with everyone else and maybe by yourself during my pay it forward streams. But um, how long you been even over here, Rumble?
I started in like August. Yeah,
Last year?
about the very last year, like about the very beginning of August is when I started,
Wow.
and I'm at 500 followers now, which is pretty crazy in that amount of time.
Yeah.
People are pretty amazed. They were like, "Wow, he's got like went crazy like right off the bat."
Yeah.
I had a lot of people say that anyway.
Yeah, it's because there's been a lot of people that, again, the gaming on Rumble thing, right? There's been a lot of people that have been, uh, what's a good word? Not pinpointed, but kind of showcased a bit. And so, like, there was, I think, Dolly was showcased. There was
Only
another one
I don't
Dolly,
know.
something like that. I can't remember what her. I know Dolly's in the name, but I can't remember because she's from the UK. So there's that.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, I know who Dolly is. Yeah. She got a big push.
you
I
I
know
know
I get featured like once a week or something. Someone at Rumble really must like me. I don't know what's going on there.
they're like his scheming skills are increasing. Let us showcase some more.
It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
I've been very blessed on Rumble here. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's again your stuff is probably just mostly gaming anyway, right? Like that's all you pretty much do for your end.
Yeah, I've been focusing on gaming. Yeah, I do talk about politics. If politics, if it comes up in chat, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I do love me some politics.
Uh-oh. Now people are like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Like, guys, come on now. Don't get him started. Don't get him rassled.
Yeah, I got some funny opinions about things. I think.
I've I've got some funny opinions too, but I don't think people would like them. But yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I'm kind of scared of saying some stuff.
Well, no, and don't be because at the end of the day, I mean, what is the ultimate uh in saying stuff, right? You know, what's the ultimate downfall? What that you're gonna grow old and be dead one day? I mean, there's at that point, there's really not much else to worry about. I think people have to realize that if you're willing to come into this discussion on a friendly term, though you may disagree on certain matters, at least you're not willing to take out the rake and beat him to death. You know, that's the important factor.
Yeah,
Um,
always.
but yeah, I'm just not political by any means. It's just not that big of a thing for me. But I know because of the coming in administration, it's going to be a lot of people's things for quite some time. So it's going to be quite an interesting show, as some would say. Um, but yeah, I don't I play games, but I don't stream playing games, and I did at one point, but it just wasn't working, and so you kind of just waffle around trying to find the thing that works for you, and this sort of worked for me. So I was like, I'll do it. Just pay me
Yeah.
$500 and I'll do it. Nope. But wish. But no, it's an enjoyable time, and I'm sure because of all the not only the awesome people you've get to meet some of the people I've had on, um, that just getting to meet these different people for the gaming side of things can be an interesting time in itself, especially when you do stuff like the Halo ones. Hey, woman
Yeah, one
cast.
man cast for
Hey, how's
sure,
it
man.
going? I'm locked in. There you go. Look,
Trump
he's locked in.
2024.
That's right. He's ready to wave that flag. You got till Monday. So,
I'm a big
yeah,
Trump fan. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah, not bad. Um, but yeah, no, it's pretty awesome for uh the Rumble side of things too. But I mean, for you, from your end, what has been your perspective on that sort of thing? You know, with the gaming on Rumble and them trying to uh trying to garner beyond the political part, because that again, that's been a big bump in the road for them.
At
You muted.
first, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about all this, but I mean, it's like the only place I can say game words and not get banned. So there's also that.
Yeah.
But and I think a lot of gamers are also going to see that that they are getting banned on these other platforms for being a regular gamer,
Mm,
and like so many of us are like gamers. You just say stuff sometimes. You don't mean like words in a harmful manner.
mm,
And maybe you do, I guess. I don't know, but I don't really. And you just say stuff sometimes. Sometimes it's like not terribly appropriate, but it's you're playing a video game. We've been playing them since we were kids, right? And
yeah.
you just goof around and say some stupid shit, and I think Rumble's the place to go if that's what you're into, because I
Mm,
mean that's what people are looking for, I think.
yeah.
People are complaining about like Twitch and Kick and all these other places for banning them for dropping an F slur or something. And it's like, chill out,
Mm,
Rumble's the place to be for that.
yeah. Well, and the other portion of it too is when yeah, it's when they have to sort of walk around words, right? They
Yeah.
have to they have to do that sort of thing. So it tends the tale of what if you're creating content, or regardless of the format, the genre or format, whatever you want to call it, what why would you censor yourself in order to now of course their reasoning would be, well, of course I want to get the reach. Many of YouTubers, and I've seen, is more about the financial aspect of it, because once you start getting to a point, once you start earning that money, you want to continue earning that money. And that can be a bit of a I feel it's a bit of a downfall for any creator, because if you're reliant on a platform to earn money, is is what keeps you going on that faction, instead of having multiple avenues, right? Multiple avenues of earning your pay or whatever. Then
Yeah.
you're going to be stuck in a tight box that many YouTubers who are only on YouTube probably get almost all the time, and then they go to another platform to complain to YouTube support.
Yeah. You're right, man.
It's like, why you go you're going from the platform you have a complaint about to another platform to complain about that platform. I it's just
Yeah, and I've seen people who are getting banned off YouTube and stuff, and they're just like, "What the hell?" But it's at the same point, it's like they don't know what else to do because that's where they're making their living.
yeah,
So, making that switch to Rumble or somewhere is like it's like a big step for them.
yeah.
You
And
know,
I if
even with Doc, I mean, notice his numbers are not doing terribly great on Rumble.
mm,
I mean, it's just the truth of the matter.
well, I mean, it depends on on what you mean by great. You're looking for a certain amount of number, like 15,000,
Mhm.
20,000, or something like that, or because you're also dependent on the people to come over as well. And then the question to the
Yeah,
people who are wanting to use the platform is, okay, so why? I don't know if he's ever asked his people, because he does stream to both Rumble and YouTube. Um, his thing, why, what's the issues you're having and all this stuff, and then being able to translate that data into something Rumble can accomplish, because that's another portion of it is there has to be a congregated form of data to say, this section of people right here say that this thing needs some working on, right? That way you have a backup of numbers and stuff. um, and but you gotta bet in yourself. Sometimes that's knowing what a larger platform is priority wise. Having an alt platform is fine, but alt platforms also don't have. That's not the point. The point of the matter is that as a content creator, if you put all your stuff on one basket, good luck if something happens, right?
yeah.
And I get it, but it's putting it all in one basket's not
And
gonna.
I'm kind of in that position right now because I started on Rumble and that's my home, and
Yeah,
that's the only place I stream right now.
yeah.
But I could be spreading out, but I'm scared that I'll make one little slip up and get banned, and it's like, what's the point?
I I think that's an understandable statement to make, but it also is showing that trying is just failing, in basic sense of the word. And I get that, right? Like, I mean, I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube, and I don't ask for much of anything other than no game awards. You can F all the place you want at this point.
Yeah.
But the but the thing is if you don't try, you don't know, right? You can take others' words for it, sure. I mean, it's like a movie review or whatever. You take other people's words to judge if you're going to see this movie. Same with any of the platform. Um, so I guess it's up to you on what you're willing to risk and what's important to you for what you create, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what, why if Rumble's your home and that's all you care about, don't worry about it, right? It's if that's all you
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
about. But if there's something more you want, if you want more reach or whatever, then you're gonna start having to ask yourself, okay, what does it mean for me to create, right?
Yeah,
I-
it's a bit of a, like, it's kind of like more of a hobby, I guess, at this point. And so therefore, if you're not really looking to make a living, then it doesn't make a difference where you're at. But also, if I start to notice that there's nowhere to go and I do want to go somewhere with
mm,
this, then it's definitely going to have to be something I look at. And I'd also feel like, well, we should be talking about this too.
mm,
You know, since Rumble is getting bigger
yeah.
and, times are changing, everything's always changing, right? Uh, do we think that YouTube and these other, platforms will have to start being more lenient to compete? I mean, at
That
this point, it does seem like they're going to have to start, being more forgiving on things
my only
as times
thing,
change.
right? My only thing is that it's at a crux for YouTube, Google, because that's basically what YouTube is Google.
Mhm.
Um, if I need an alt platform, it's not going to be Rumble, it's going to be X. Well, X is not in any better position either after all the Elon stuff, so I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, Elon kind of
Yeah.
showed his hand there
Yeah, so I
recently.
wouldn't I wouldn't say that to X either. X is on its own ice, and I have my other reasons why that is. Um, but um, but it is understandable what you're saying. There's um there's that regard of just what is out there already, the big houses, as you will, right? The big horses.
Hmm.
And those are just on a harder scale because when they have more resource, they have almost nigh infinite resources, right? Twitch is
Fun, yeah.
Twitch is Amazon basically, and then you have YouTube, which is Google, and then Kick is Stake, which is an online gambling.
Really
Yeah,
fucking up, I think.
yeah. Hey,
But
they wanted
whatever.
something. Uh, then YouTube would have to change complete. Yeah, and that's where it's not at because it knows it has the tools and essential items that it's able to. It's far ahead. Let's just
Yeah,
put
we're
it that
talking
way.
about we're talking way in the future here.
Yeah. Well,
A
no,
little bit.
I was talking about YouTube is far ahead in the technological side because
Oh yeah, for sure.
it has the nigh resources. Google
But
stuff.
at the same time, they don't really listen to the community at all
That's
because
true.
they're so big. They're so big they don't care. They
Or
don't have to
they
worry about it.
Well, yeah, because the majority of the people that are on there aren't earning the money. I mean, they may through their ads, but then they have the whole monetization thing and sharing and all this stuff.
Mhm.
It's not a one trick pony, but it's certainly one pony with a small leg and too many big legs.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, they could afford to lose Doctor Disrespect, and Rumble could not afford not to have him. That was kind of what's going. Like
yeah,
that's saying a big thing right there.
that is true. I mean, Twitch was glad to let him go, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Um,
they really were,
yeah,
but
I
they were
know
paying
it.
him like a crazy amount of
Which
money too.
Elon's good for. At least my point is that Rumble needs to add some key features. Well, yeah, that's understandability. There's still some things they need to work on. Tech advantage is not everything. While that may be the case, it does give you a big boost. Let's put it this way, right? They're the rabbit to Rumble's tortoise. Now they could mess up beyond the scope of the freedom of speech thing, but the position of it is that it's got more resources than Rumble itself has, and that includes manpower and all that stuff. That's the issue at hand right here. Is there's points of focus, and not enough resources to accomplish that. Because again, technology doesn't get done in a day, right? I think you were talking earlier about we were trying to get our situations out of the way. Is that you do a lot of tech stuff, or at least you work in the tech stuff to know stuff, right?
Yeah, I know enough about tech to get most things done. Yeah.
So you would understand. So if I were to say to you, or if I was to ask you, hey, have you worked with servers before, right, or something of that
All right.
nature? And
Yep.
I was asked, okay, so imagine yourself trying to be someone who's a video hosting site, right, just starting out. How much do you think that's going to cost you to upkeep that?
It's a lot of money. I know that. I've never
Right.
worked in it though. I've never worked in that field. That's a huge field.
With a lot of people who work in it that get paid well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's that one.
I feel like YouTube, Twitch, I know is losing money. 100%, they are losing money.
Well, yeah, I've heard that. I saw that there was like someone was mentioning a story or something. What was it? That Amazon, but it's lost. But I think they don't care as much because it's a data pool for them, right? Just like
Yeah.
YouTube is Google's data pool. I mean, what people don't realize is that, for the argument of, say, well, about the AI stuff, right? The funniest thing people don't understand is that no matter what you say about the AI stuff, if you're uploading your videos to YouTube, you're already part of it. They have Google has their Gemini thing, right? That came out not too long ago. Guess what? You're feeding into it.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
You
mean,
use that for ad money and everything else.
oh
Yeah.
gosh, same with the Amazon. I bet Twitch and Amazon and all that stuff.
That's why they got mad at Asmongold recently because he's been streaming on his alt account and they're like, well, we're losing money because you're not streaming on your main account.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like him for that.
I don't think there are an aspect as community creators and users from this family feel. I worry myself on the family feel because as soon as the family gets too big, the family feel starts to dissipate. Because it's like it's this it's like a family reunion, right? A good sizable family reunion. It's great. Too big, and it's almost like you're taking over the whole state park. Where do these people come from?
Yeah, man. It's already to the point where like people get upset if you don't like spend time in their streams, or you don't go out of your way to go say hey to them every once in a while. And it's like, man, there's so many people though. It's like hard to really do it.
Yeah,
It's hard to get around.
Yeah, I mean, you can do comparison of that YouTube is an ocean and that Rumble is a lake. I'd rather Rumble stay small. That's not profitable.
Yeah, that's not good for anybody though, honestly, except for maybe the viewers that are in it right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that's not profitable, Dash, and with how they want to grow and succeed, that's not going to be.
Yeah, eventually
profitable.
people will move on because they're not making any money from it and they can't afford to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like right now as a hobby, I don't know when I'll have to just stop doing it.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, the times are coming. Not only that, but I mean that's one of the biggest things that many YouTubers that come over to try Rumble say is like, look, my videos, my edited short content videos aren't getting reach. I'm not getting the same pay amount that I could get from YouTube and all the many things they can just throw at the wall and all stuff. But I mean there are some things they can make to it that state that why would I come over here when I can make more over there, sort of thing, right? Unless they're wanting to see like an alt to YouTube grow, they're just gonna point and say, well, I can't make money. I can't make the same amount of money I'm making off this guy.
Speaking of which, though, they are going to start that small creator program that should be paying people on Rumble at some point or another, and they are probably going to be focusing on the gaming side of things more than anything else.
It's the what is it? It's
This will be the
it's
third time they've done it, I think.
well, it's gonna be a little different, as from what I heard. But I mean, they have to bring out the new dashboard first, right?
Yeah,
New dashboard has to come out
that'll
first
make
before
them.
the
That'll
yeah.
be nice. That'll be really nice.
Yeah, well, if they
I'd like to
release it.
see more.
Yeah, but yeah, well, except because people want analytics and they've been lagging
But
with that.
I heard from Aegis, who I've been hanging out with him a lot lately because I've been doing the Final Fantasy 14 thing, and he was talking about how the small creator program worked before, and how and I was like, it was kind of goofy to me because I stream so long. I stream hours and hours. I did like 12-hour streams, like
She's
like no big deal. And he was talking about how people were doing like the bare minimum and getting like $500 a month in the last creator program. So hopefully Rumble has figured it out this time. We'll see. I mean, they've got to do something to keep people streaming there, obviously, while they try to figure out a way to get more people there.
yeah,
Otherwise, they're going to have nobody for anybody to go to. Why would anybody move to a platform where there's nothing to look at, nothing to see?
or the algorithm's not up to par to kind of showcase that.
And on the gaming side of things, there's a lot of people who just don't play anything besides COD and Tarkov and Fort, shit like that. And it's like what is there to watch? We need more variety. We need more people. We need more, entertaining
Yeah.
people. You
Well,
got to
I
have
mean,
the content,
and well, I mean, you can only showcase a monkey on a ball so many times. I mean, come on, man.
It's bad, man.
Mm, and of course, how
I
is
take
it
that into
now?
consideration.
Yeah. How is it now? How many different ways can Rumble run their business? Well, one, how is it now? Growing. How many different ways can Rumble run their business? By being successful. Now, are they being successful in a way? Yes. Well, are they still suffering in other ways? Yes. So,
They've really got to pull their resources and start using them. There's ways. I mean, there's ways to get more people to the platform. They just got to use it.
yeah, and that requires
Proper
pinpoint.
marketing.
Well, that too, but also pinpoint data on, okay, so what of our tech is suffering, right? What of our tech is needs the most work, if that makes sense. And then being able to look at all their competition and figuring out what are they doing wrong and what can we get right. Right? Like,
Oh yeah.
because I mean, it's not a secret that every platform is going to look at the other platform and try to figure out what they're doing wrong and then try to get right. Or in the sense of, if they're too big, they won't listen to the small stuff because they're just too big to be reached yet. Which again would be YouTube, still king of platforms. Does success mean they beat YouTube in size and amount of content? Success means that, one, their streaming and stuff gets better, as in, like, the app their app gets better. Another portion would be is that their variety of content is able to be spewed out, in a sense, by their algorithm that Rumble has, because right now it's still just the streams, when you have a lot of people who are short form content and edited video content. So an example would be, if I'm to give an example, so the For You page, right? Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So the For You page is a 5x5 area. So that's 25 tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you look at those tiles, how many tiles have you counted that you would you would deem as short form or edited content videos?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't click on much.
See, the thing for me is, I went and did it kind of over a spread. I'm not really keeping too detailed, but it's basically the amount of edited content or short form content is 20% or less to the whole of the 25 tiles.
Yeah.
So that should be a little more than that, because a long while ago, someone had said that they were their algorithm would be for live streams the edited content and the short form content. Maybe not equally, but it would be, rolling that rounded bundle. Now, obviously, there are constrictions to that because one, resources, the tech needed, like servers and whatnot, and the people to take care of them, and then the data to collect in order to be able to differentiate between a live stream VOD and just regular edited, and all that stuff. You know how YouTube separate, right? Live streams, the edited video, and then shorts, right? How YouTube does their short separating
I
out.
think I think part of that problem is they're trying to compete with Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
Mm,
And YouTube does it a certain way, and Twitch does it an entirely different way because Twitch is entirely live stream content. YouTube is more, edited content. And they're trying to find a balance between the two, and it's just not really easy to do, I don't think.
mm,
YouTube's done a terrible job at it, actually, with their live streaming. I think live streaming on YouTube is not very good. I think the way that it's presented is very bad. Like, it's
mm.
hard to find live content, actually.
Only if you're following a
The
creator.
discoverability of it is not
Yeah,
very good.
I think because live streaming has its own things with like bandwidth and because people like the high bit rate, 4K
Mhm.
or whatever, because that costs a lot of money. If people
Yeah,
don't know, bandwidth and all that stuff costs a lot of money.
it really
Um,
does.
yeah, and of course, if for you is based on what you watched, then should it not serve what you watch and like? To a degree, yes. If all you watch is live streams, should it not serve more streams? No, because it's supposed to serve on what you first said, what you watch and like. If you only watch live streams and all this stuff, it should serve within the confines of what those live streams are about, whether it be about Fortnite. Oh, maybe you get edited content of Fortnite videos or shorts of Fortnite videos.
Mhm.
It should still serve in the viability of all those three things that we talked about earlier on that basis of. So yes, the for you is based on what you watch, right? Who you watch, maybe, because sometimes it will serve you people that you know nothing about, but they're sort of within what you're looking for. Algorithmize. And what is the
Yeah.
algo for? The algorithm for is for recommending within what has been watched per se, and that's on a whole scale of type of genre to whether it's a live versus edited or a short versus all the other things. It's a whole mixture base of recommending different stuff in relation to stuff you've watched. It's not just if you just watch live streams, it's only live streams. No, it's about what's in the context of what you watched rather
I would,
than.
I would go ahead and say that the algorithm has completely failed me on Rumble. It doesn't show me things that I would want to watch ever. Rarely, very rarely, does it ever show me anything even close to what I would want to watch.
Yeah, which is.
Which, I mean, that just needs more work, obviously, right?
Yeah, it needs. Well, I know the last thing I heard was that they fine tune it every 3 weeks. So there's always a data up boost, but you're not too wrong. And
Yeah, but that's also maybe just it's part of just there not being the content there at in the first place. I mean, we need
mm,
more people who see the vision of Rumble and what we want from Rumble, and people to make the move. I mean, there was this guy. I wanted to bring him up real quick. He was
mm,
on YouTube for a long, long time,
mm.
and I think it's Shaway. Shaway. He's the guy who does
Mm.
all the Halo content on
Oh,
YouTube
interesting.
for. Yeah, Halo. He's a Halo gaming content creator, and he does a lot of trick videos and stuff for Halo.
Okay.
And he has like almost 10 years of stuff on YouTube, and they completely shut his account down because he got hacked and someone ran some crypto scam bullshit on his page,
Mm.
and they banned him and he can't get his account back. So he's having to start
Yes.
brand new.
Mm.
But why are people not seeing this and seeing that as a reason to be more, scared and making more moves. I don't understand it. It just doesn't make sense to me why people wouldn't be more inclined to expand, at least, maybe not leave YouTube, but at least expand to Rumble. I don't understand that.
I'll give you the reasons I've heard many a YouTuber say: not enough reach, not enough money. And YouTube has them. YouTube, basically, you'd say YouTube has them by the uh, metaphorical balls, because where are you going to go that's going to get you the same reach and same money of YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is, but
Yeah. Oh,
at the same time,
yeah, because basically you're saying to yourself, what am I willing to give up more? What am I making content for? Basically, am I making it for the money and the reach, or am I making it because I enjoy this person? Because there's a point is, again, once you start making monetization, you want to keep that monetization going, right? So they're going to keep going to that point to get it, because I mean, Doc's situation is a bit different because I think they still don't have a monetized. So good luck with that.
yeah, he's still not monetized on YouTube even now.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Wednesday.
yeah, hey Wednesday.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, pop in.
I prefer the way it is now, less by control. Understandable, but it can't stay that way forever. It's not profitable. I can't. I don't know business, but I can't tell you how much that's just not profitable for it as a business to be. And then she says, and the short clips is just another way to make us walk. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same. Let me put it this way: the shorts, just to put it on a level basis. The shorts thing, we all know, kind of started with TikTok, right? The 30-second or 60-second, however it went. And then YouTube tried to bring their own thing. And of course, they've extended the shorts to like 3 minutes now. The point of the matter is that's another form of content making. As much as many people don't like it, the point of the matter is that genie that TikTok brought is out of the bottle. And now many different platforms are going to try to take that up. Why? Because it's just, yeah, I mean,
obviously TikTok works.
Yeah, it works. It's a sugar code. It's like sugar addiction works, but I mean, it works. So you can't argue against that. And people, and people want to make, people want the views, people want the money.
I think if I do make the move to YouTube, just speaking for myself personally, it will be YouTube Shorts. That way I can edit my content and be careful about what I put on there. That way I don't get banned, obviously, and then I'll still pull people over, right? That's what a lot of people are thinking, I think, right now.
Well,
edited content's better on YouTube for sure.
Well, I've posted shorts to both ends, and there are some things that can get you shadow banned, even though you don't even know.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh yeah. So always be mindful of that, because some will do well for a bit and then they'll drop off, and then some will just not get any attention at all. Even if you put in hashtag shorts, which should help introduce it into the feed at least. But sometimes, because I've put up a few and some would just not getting any attention at all from the YouTube discovery, and so there's a basis of shadow banning there to a degree. They won't take your short off, but they won't show it either. So you kind of get that thing. Am I making it to be censored or not? What?
She just means like talking about like as a person, like what are you thinking? Like, oh, are you making stuff you worried about getting censored or not? I don't know. But
oh yeah, I understand.
So I was gonna ask, like, where all do you stream right now? Do you just do Rumble and YouTube?
Yeah, it's pretty much
I was
it.
just curious.
Yeah, because I took the horror stories of YouTube, more YouTube than Twitch, but YouTube and Twitch, and kind of like even with Rumble has its moments. I'm like, why should I trust one platform with my content? Content creators need to understand is when you give one platform the power over all your content, and something happens like that, who are you gonna blame?
Really could be.
Yeah, who are you gonna call?
Where do you see that it's safe other than YouTube?
I wouldn't consider YouTube safe, but I mean,
well, obviously not.
It's basically where you want to try your foot at.
Like, what about Odyssey, BitChute? What are your thoughts on them?
I haven't even tried them. I
I've heard a lot
I
of people do like a VOD archive over on BitChute or Odyssey.
Yeah, I've seen that over on Odyssey because I mean, there's not. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of no. I don't see very many people get like thousands of views. Some people just get a few
No,
views and stuff. It's not at its point it needs to be.
Odyssey is extremely niche.
Yeah, it's a crypto of the future, as one would say.
Yeah.
Um,
What
do we
4.0?
yeah? Do we think Rumble is currently operating in red? It is operating in a red. All businesses operate in the red for quite some time before they see any profit back.
Yeah, that's very easy to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for following. Essentially, though, Rumble people come here because they don't want the YouTube feel. I discovered Twitch. Yeah, and again, many a YouTuber, to some degree, will be whatever, and they'll find Rumble to do. But I think
Wednesday, I know you specifically really like live content though, and YouTube's not great for live content in my personal.
well, YouTube's just not always great for people starting out because some people hit that algorithm, whatever they're talking about, mostly just on an entertainment stuff, either gaming or movies or whatever.
Okay, yeah,
Sometimes and
that's
sometimes it works, right? Like
Mhm.
the kind of content I'm doing, I know is not going to get the most attention, and most of my stuff is through connecting with other people. It's not going to get like the grandiose thing because who wants to hear two people talk about whatever? For most people, they just want to care about either it's makeup tutorials or feel good moments or short things or it's some AI, whatever. It's just a whole other stuff, whole other
yeah.
stuff, whole other stuff that seems more important than seeing two people who don't know each other across bounds of mountains and fields talk to each other about whatever that could be beneficial to a whole lot of people, but people majorly probably don't care about that. They
So
probably
here's a
just care about
question. Here's a question. Do you
sure.
feel like you're regurgitating content that you've already been over a million times with me?
With you, I've
Well, I
talked
mean,
about.
you talked about this a bunch. Like, is this something we
Well,
talk about? You
I
talk
mean,
about a lot, obviously.
I've talked about Rumble stuff quite a bit. I mean, I do I do a thing called Rumble Squared once a month where I try to collect data on the ground floor of what are the issues, what are wish list stuff, and that sort of thing. Kind of just trying to to kind of get a collection together of trying to find out what the majority aspect of this is what the big chunk of your people on using your platform would like or need you to look at. So that way, because Rumble doesn't give anything of that out. They don't tell you, well, we've seen the people talk about the streaming aspect, we're looking at it, or they don't give anything of like that out. And
Yeah,
so
there's no
that's what I'm doing.
roadmap. There's no roadmap at all. They aren't
There
telling
is
us
a
what they're doing.
roadmap, but it's not public.
Yeah, exactly.
That's and I
Yeah.
think well, and you can get kind of trouble with that because if you start giving things dates, you start getting that process of
Yeah,
people demanding.
exactly.
You've seen it with games,
Could get
right? Like,
ugly.
yeah, it could get very ugly. Uh, Wednesday says I get YouTube for live, but yeah, my algorithm's down on YouTube. Yeah, it is what it is for Google. And for me, that's all I watch. She only watches the live. Is she live now? I bet not. I'm not basic. I don't watch makeup crap. Hey. You're one of the few, okay? You're one of the few. Calm down there. Yeah, calm down there.
Wednesday come over from my side, I think.
That's fine.
Good to see you, Wednesday.
But yeah, I mean, there probably is. But then, what in the human aspect isn't talked about a dozen times over with many different people? I
Oh
mean,
yeah, of course.
there's a stringent of things that we worry about or relate to on some basis level that we'll talk about anyway. But the problem of it is that it's not always the same. There's always something different within the regard of a conversation is not always you're not going to be you're not
You gotta
Zio,
start
you're not
somewhere.
yeah, you're not Zio, you're not Dpad Chad, you're not giving me their answers, you're giving me your answers, you're giving me your
Right.
perspective. That's the important part of this.
Okay. That's
Because
what I was curious about. I don't know.
yeah, no, that's fine. I'm always willing to answer that. It's funny for me because when I try to explain people what Darachat is, they're kind of like, wait, what? because they don't understand that the idea is simple, but they may not understand. It's just as simple as having a conversation across a diner table, right? You go to a diner, you two people cross each other, and they're just talking over coffee. It's
Yeah, of
basically that.
course.
I don't drink coffee though, so sorry guys. Um, no
I
bueno
like
on the coffee.
I like asking questions like that because like I just want to know, like I don't know, I'm just always I'm just a very curious person, I guess, and I'm always wondering what's going on with
Yeah,
like what's our goal, like what are we getting at here, like what things like that. Like I'm always like pushing to try to get something out of something that and maybe there's not some, I don't know. I'm just weird like that, and maybe
getting
it's offensive at times even. So I don't
it's
know.
it's like getting water out of stone, basically. You know, you're trying to squeeze the juice of life right there. Just don't get it in
Yeah.
your eye. Oh Lord, oh it's
Well, I
there.
mean, yeah, I mean, you gotta think like I studied physics for a long time. Like, what was the point of that, right? It's to get to the bottom of things, right?
Right.
That's what I'm all
I,
about.
I like this. I'm like the girl from Wreck It Ralph. You're wrecked. A Princess Penelope is, I think, who you're talking about.
Did you?
No,
Oh, go ahead if you have something.
no. I was like, and that, that's it's fine with the question, like, because
Um,
people would say to me, "It's like, oh, that was a great interview." It's like it's not an interview; it's just a conversation.
yeah, we're
Because
just chilling.
yeah, it's just a I mean, I can ask questions, you can ask questions, but if we're both asking each other questions, does that make it an interview now? Or maybe it should be called a dueling interview. It's like,
Yeah, we could go back and forth, right?
where were you on the
Um,
night of September 15th? Where were you?
so okay, so I have a good thing to bring up here.
Okay.
Did you see when Rumble Mario on X brought up what would you like to see from Rumble that doesn't include more ways to monetize your channel?
Mhm.
And people were like, well, fucking of course, we got a shitload of things you could do. And it's like when I saw that, I was like, man, y'all just need to go to Twitch. Just go look at Twitch and just do that. Because like literally Twitch has already done it. Twitch
Mhm.
has done everything. They've got it fucking figured out, man. When it comes to live streaming, especially gaming, they've got it figured out. And we've got people like my buddy Kenji who are working on stuff like this too.
Mhm.
Like Rumbot, of course, is doing their thing, but my buddy Kenji also is looking at ways of letting people earn channel points and being able to use those in like a betting system on the stream. I could make a like a slash bet in my chat, right?
Mhm.
And then people could bet like, oh, am I going to win this game or am I going to lose this game? And you bet your channel points that you accumulate through just watching the stream, right?
Yeah.
Twitch already has that. It's like first party, right?
Mhm.
But we're really hoping for a lot of like third party people to do it for Rumble because Rumble doesn't have the staff to be like pushing all this stuff out that quick.
Mhm.
And I just it kind of amazed me that he even had to ask because I mean just look at your competitors, they're doing it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's why I wouldn't say look at Twitch. I'd say look at all your, well, I mean, because I mean, you can't look at Kick because Kick is just a Twitch clone at that
Yeah,
point.
they really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is look at your two biggest competitors, Twitch and YouTube. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, of course, Rumble wants to go for the 3 points, short form, live stream, edited content. All right. So what is it with YouTube that's doing well? Now it did start out with edited content, right? That was YouTube's gimmick from the get-go, long form or whatever you want to call it, but that's what they started out with. The point of the matter is though, is like you said, is look at your competition, right? Don't go to just one point of competition. Go to all your competition, right? Look at what they're doing well. How can you have that item but in your own way, right? And it's not
Think
like
about it.
and
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, it's not like I'm saying just it's not like I'm saying like other people do is like say copy and paste. No, I'm saying how can you get creative with this thing and have it on your platform and not be like, oh, they just copied YouTube again. Oh, they just copied Twitch again. Oh, they're nothing but a kick. Now they're nothing but a kick clone and all that and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly right. But I mean, that's what people complain the most about with Twitch is their terrible moderation. Their moderation is so bad, and Rumble has like way better. I mean, it's just a million times better. It's literally what people want from Twitch that they don't have.
Oh, you're talking about? I thought you were talking about Rumble being bad. No, the Twitch, yeah, because I've seen all that stuff, like the VTuber thing, right? The VTuber thing where VTubers got kicked off for
Oh, and they got
stupid
chicks
stuff.
who are like literally like stripping down to nearly nothing, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So
And there are people who literally get naked on stream and then they get banned for like 7 days, but the guy says the F slur and he gets banned for eternity.
yeah,
It's like, okay.
he doesn't got eternity. Let him back.
Yeah, let this motherfucker come back. What the hell y'all doing?
Yeah, so there are some things that they do hit a point on well. It's just that there are other points they're not getting on. And part of it is resources and manpower. Those are the two big things I see that have problems now. Of course, they got the tether thing, but they still have to remain in a sustainable state, right? They have to be sustainable in order for longevity. Otherwise, you could spend all that money, get all the people in, and get all the tech upgrades, and then have nothing big in return to keep that stuff going, right?
Yeah.
It's a business format that I think a lot of people, some people have a business mind, but unless you're in the fray, if you're in there in the meetings, all that stuff, you're not going to know the intricacies, and so you're going to give a general basis answer, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Slinger, what up, my man?
Hey,
How's
give
it
me
going?
just a second. I'm gonna go
Sure.
take to the bathroom real quick.
Sure. Yep. But how's it going, Slinger? You just joined us. I'm glad one of Canada's brightest has joined us. Everyone, welcome to Slinger Games. He won't be playing games. He's already played the games. Are you done? I thought you were playing earlier. I swear you were streaming earlier. I don't remember. But yeah, again, that's for the going in a roundabout way of going back to Rumble Squared. That's why I'm doing Rumble Squared, is because I can collect this data that I get from people who not only are my guests from chat, but I can collect this data and try to give it to Rumble in a packaged way, saying, here is the understandability for your development team and your text and all that stuff, so they understand the pinpoint areas to kind of look into. And then I give a general basis, but a tech light basis for people who don't understand tech really well, right? Because not a lot of people understand even their own computers. They just buy the computer from Best Buy or whatever, and they bring it home and they play and say, it turns on, it works. Some people are like that, right? That's why you have tech support in many different places, or computer repair places or whatever. But again, that's why I do Rumble feedback, or the Rumble Squared, because it's a shame Rumble doesn't give us something of their own. I watch both you and so I thought, well, thank you, I appreciate that. It's a very high honor when the astute Slinger Games stops by, one of Canada's best, because he knows Imperial. He knows Imperial and Metric. So how about that? Oh, well, thank you, Dash. Look at that. Dash has given Slinger Games a gifted sub. And so what that means, kids, is I'm going to write that down, because why not? So we got the Slinger Games.
Oh, what's up, Slinger?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, can you hear me?
Back. Yeah, I could hear you. I just didn't have you up. Slinger Games.
Good to see you, Slinger.
There you go. Slinger on his own post-it note. Yeah, I've had Slinger on before too. So Slinger's been on. He's one of the few he's one of the probably only Canadians I know that knows both Metric and Imperial.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
I have to work with both of those. Jesus.
And
It's
you're
fun going back and forth.
You're just like, wait a second, is this Celsius or Fahrenheit you're talking about?
Oh, God. Now, luckily, I just deal with measurements, not the kind of temperature shit. That could be bad.
Because I've talked to a few people from the UK, and so when you're trying to when you're trying to describe the heat, or whatever temperature wise, like I was trying to describe like Death Valley, whatever, and I had to do like, usually sometimes it's around 123, and they'll have to do like 50 Celsius, and people like, okay, but yeah. So it's all I try to be helpful, but dear goodness, it's difficult. I use technology for help, people. I really do.
For sure, right?
But yeah, but I was just while you were gone. Celsius for the win. No, take that back. Take that back. I will put you in Alaska, and you will freeze like an ice cube, good sir. I will put you back. Oh, you're right. But no, just while you were gone, I was just letting him know of why I did. But inches are far better than millimeters. Well, I'm sure there are some women who couldn't complain. All right. But yeah, I was letting them know of why I do my Rumble Squared thing, because again, not getting like a data set point, not like a graph, or just something of like, okay, majority of our users want this and all that stuff. We really don't get that, and that's what I'm trying to do this thing. Now it is dependent on who comes to watch and give their pinpoint of what they're still seeing going on, because I'm only doing it once a month. Couldn't do it last month because my motherboard was acting up, so it's like, no.
Yeah,
I bought a new one though, so that's why I'm here.
God, I hate changing out motherboards. It's the worst thing. Shit. Oof.
Yeah. But
Yeah, Wilkie.
Hey, Sergeant Wilkie. Nice to see you, good sir. Had him on as well. Great dude.
Heck yeah, Wilkie.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's a fun dude. He's a fun dude to play with. At least I think he's been playing the Marvel Rivals recently, which has been a person's favorite for a while. But yeah, Rumble Squared. My hope with Rumble Squared is that it helps open a communication line between people who are giving that data set and then to the people working at Rumble, because there needs to be a communication line, not like afraid, just yelling at them and all that stuff. No, let's get together. Let's try to improve this platform to the best of the ability to, and let's just have a conversation about what we can or can't do depending on the resources and whatnot. Let's be reasonable people who want to make the platform better in order to, like you were talking earlier, attract more over here, so we can see it keep growing, so we can see it keep getting in better and better. But it requires having the conversation. It requires being able to sit down, not physically sit down with them, because technology, right? Right now.
Yeah, it's just too easy.
Yeah. It's trying to get to that point. Now, if it doesn't happen, that's fine, because there's two wins out of me for this. One is the win of I get to sit down, we get to have a conversation, and that data gets sent over, and I get to not only give that data to them, but they give me the feedback and how better to sift through and receive that data in order so that their techs and developers can understand it, so they can get quicker, pinpoint, and all this stuff. If it doesn't go that way, then I learn a new skill.
Yeah, I mean, win-win.
Two ways to win right there. But my hope is
do you email support?
I have in the past, yes.
And talk to them?
When I have stuff come up. When I have stuff come up, but there's been issues with that too at times. Not all times. There have been times I've had great rapport, but there are times where they do drop the ball, and that's where I think that's one of the places they can improve themselves and look better at the same time, is their support. Even though it might be spoken against, but at the end of the day, support does kind of need a bit of an upgrade or an update or something to help it get in a better position.
Nothing but good things to say about the report with support so far.
Yeah, and that's great. A lot of people experience different things, so I don't want to just take one side of the equation and say that's what this is. No, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
I may be somehow preferred in some way. I have no idea. They've been very good to me, though.
You've been featured many a time, so that maybe.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I definitely have been featured quite a few times.
Someone said, "Here's a 5. Keep featuring them."
Yeah, for real, right? What the heck? They love me for some reason.
Oh yeah, but no, I only want to be able to open this dialogue between those who work at Rumble and the data that's being collected, and just say, okay, how can we collect this data better? How can I smooth it out for you guys so you can understand and that it gets quickly to you and all that stuff, and make this platform better, because that's all the ultimate goal is to make the platform better, to make it work better for not only its creators but users, right? That's the ultimate point. And
Yeah, I was
so
kind of curious, what all you normally talk about on here, or who do you bring on here usually? I don't even know.
a lot of different people, man. I've had people who are creators. I've had people who are not creators. I've had VTubers on before. I've had a whole slew of people. That's the point of Darachat.
I like
Because
it, man.
yeah, because it shouldn't. Because I mean, you'll see a lot of creators out there who buddy up with other creators, and they make a circle and they just stay within that circle, right? They
Mhm.
may welcome another creator if he gets well known enough or whatever, if it jives with him, that sort of thing. But for me, I just can't do that, because
Yeah.
we if you're to look out whatever news or whatever, and you're to see we're kind of in a bit of chaotic world, right? Always, but it is what it is. But my thing is as in saying earlier, it's about reaching across the table and just having a conversation. This isn't a I'm right, you're wrong thing. This isn't a gotcha or gimmick thing. This is a I am me, you are you. Let's have a conversation about perspectives or whatever comes up. Because at the end of the day, that's what should matter most in this off closing that you see mostly in social media, right? You go to Twitter X, that place is a fester bed of all that stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
that's sort of like getting into the pigsty and saying, "Man, I love nothing more than getting this pigsty with you guys. It is so much fun. I get pink eye a lot, but it's fun with you guys." That's what I feel like social media is at time. It's nothing more than a pigsty, and people just love getting dirty. Oh, they love
Oh,
getting dirty,
dude,
all right.
yeah. Have you ever heard the old saying, even if you win an argument on the internet, or okay, arguing on the internet is like the Special Olympics. Even if you win, you're still retarded.
Well, that's actually this funny thing that leads into is I was a long time ago trying to look, well, not too long ago, but a while ago, I was trying to look up rules of the internet, right? What all that stuff. And I actually got it. I actually showed. Now
Yeah, what's
this isn't a full list. This is sort of a list that someone kind of congregated together.
all right.
There you go. You can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay. So
4chan
rules of
is
the
banned in Australia. What?
what?
4chan's banned in Australia. I did
Oh
not know
yeah,
that.
this was like 2020, so whatever.
Oh God.
But its rules of the internet is a loose collection of unofficial rules that first spawned from the website 4chan, blah 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 blah, and all that
Hmm.
stuff. But
I love 4chan.
he gives a loose collection of rules, the credibility of which is to be questioned. But the first 77 of them, they're the ones most people agree upon as legitimate entries to the list. So it's not a full 77 because there's some missing, but this is
Yeah.
what I found. So rule 77 is no matter how much you love debating, keep in mind that no one on the internet debates. Instead, they mock your intelligence as well as your parents.
Yeah, exactly. I saw something one time where a guy was arguing with somebody on Reddit or whatever it was, and
Yeah.
he got to looking at the Reddit user's history, and he was on this piss drinking Reddit. He was like, "I've been arguing with a piss drinker for hours." It is
Oh,
what it is, right? It
oh,
happens. Welcome to the
oh,
internet.
yeah. Before we continue any further, it is the top of the hour, or power hour as they call it. And what power hour is, kids? I'm glad you asked. What power hour is a time of promotion time, really, of each other's thing. Because you see content creators, sometimes they do it at the beginning with their guests, sometimes at the end. I've seen a few do it like sporadically throughout, but at the end of the day, I do it on like a at the top of the hour of every hour, because not exactly, because we kind of relate. So, but it is past an hour on the time thing. So, it is basically just promoting ourselves, and then once we do that little break of things, we'll go right back into it. So, I did post your links down below, at least the ones I could find. But if you want to sell yourself, as the kids would say, The floor is yours.
I'm not big on that kind of thing. I just if you want to find me, I am literally streaming right now on Rumble, but my stream's kind of just sitting there on hold because I'm here chilling out. But you can find me at rumble.com/Phyxicx. Just change the S's with X's. You should be able to find me. I'm also on X, but I don't have much of a following there. It's just me. Like I just post when I go live every once in a while. Get reposted by Gaming on Rumble every once in a while. It's pretty good.
There you go.
But if you want to find me on X, I'm PhyxicxGaming. It's the same physics with the S's changed to X's.
He's got a lot of X's. Just ask him.
Yeah. No, I've actually wait. He's not wrong.
Man, don't make me out to be right on that one. Dear goodness. But his links, whether you're on the Rumble side or YouTube side, his links are down in the description below. So if you want to check out where his stuff is at and if he's worth your follow, there you go. Look, there you go. See, you already got somebody.
Yeah, see, I don't usually follow, or I don't ask for follows. I don't ask for likes. I don't do none of that stuff. I just kind of stream.
I'll ask for all of them. Anyway,
I know it works. You're supposed to ask. I never ask.
Hey, crazy Gaffo.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I used to be like that, not ask for it, but then I was like, if I want to reach more people, not only being seen, but coming on, then you kind of have to do that. Or at least I kind of had to do that. So, but anyway, for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or whether you're on the YouTube side, hurrah, hurrah. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, obviously, leaving a like or leaving a comment or follow. Gosh dang it. Leaving a comment or follow. Any or all of it is much appreciated because, again, not only does that engagement factor help and bringing, being seen more, but it also helps in bringing people on as guests, like Phyxicx here, or like Crazy Gaffo, who I've had on, or like Pudge TV, Lumpy Potato, Silver Fox, and so many others. Hold on. So, any help on either end from either Rumble or YouTube is much appreciated for the engagement factor. So, thank you guys so much for that. And also, if you would like to see where else I'm at, hey, guess what? There's a link down in the description on either end. If you'd like to take up the opportunity to come on the show, you can either leave a comment in either end or look up that link and follow it, and you can find me at my places. Pretty easy. Slinger Games, who's in the chat, by the way, had gone through my link and found me through himself and asked to come on. And guess what? He got on. So mind your P's and Q's if you want to get on, all right? just take up, just be willing to take up the opportunity. Just take a chance. That's all I ask. All right? Not that hard. But
place on Rumble, man. It was an easy yes for you reaching out to me. I was like, I like that guy. I'll go talk to him.
Yes, finally, I'm making it in the world, mama.
all you gotta do is just go around and talk to people. I mean, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy, guys.
I wish it was, but there are some people that are harder to get to know others, man.
Really?
I
hate them.
Yeah, let me finish this out and I'll let you know. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor on either end, and of course, link down below. I appreciate you all. Thank you so very much. So, Dirty Juice. No, anyway. But yeah, so there are some people that are hard to get. So one of them at one point was Silver Fox because I do most of my communication through Twitter X, and he doesn't answer that much very well. Now you could do a public post and get him on, but I did get him on. But trying to get him on again is one of those hard things. So I'm willing to try again, but it's like trying to throw a football through a small dang it, what was a good one? It's trying to throw a football through a hoop 2 miles that way, and you're trying to aim from that way back. So it's I'm not saying he's impossible, but he's his own.
You should get Aegis on here.
Look,
talk him into it. I'll talk him into it.
I have tried many times.
He says he doesn't do this kind of thing.
That may be why he doesn't reply back.
He just doesn't want to do it. He just doesn't want to do this kind of thing. I'll talk him into it, though.
Well, that begs the question: is why is he on with Pudge doing the Mod Mondays if he doesn't like doing that sort of thing?
Yeah, there you go. And Pudge came on here, didn't he?
Twice. No, when was it paid forward? What was that? 3 times. He's been on 3 times so far.
Well, there you go. What the hell, man? He just doesn't want to do it. He just doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's a funny cat.
Well, again, majority of my stuff of communication is through TwitterX. So, like, I've tried to reach out to like Kat and Miss Ma'am. No reply back. I don't know
What about Lumpy?
I've had him on a few times already.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah, Lumpy's he is a busy guy, so I only get maybe like an hour's worth, which is fine.
Yeah, so
But
you're looking at people who were like in the Rumble streamer house. Even I mean that's
Pep
just
Killer,
one of them, right?
yeah, well, Pep Killer tried things. Something came up. She was moving and sort of been an off touch, but I may try again. But it's
Yeah,
been
Pep
sort
Killer
of
would be good one.
quiet. But I wasn't trying to get them because they're the big people or whatever. I just like, oh, Silver Fox, let me see if I can't get him on. And
Hey,
then
Razorhead.
hey, I said, Pudge TV. Pudge TV is a pretty cool dude. He joined me for one of my pay it forward streams to see what it was about. I know he has his own thing, and so his time is precious, but to be able to have him on was pretty cool. Talking about stuff, Lumpy Potatoes, sort of the same way. You know,
Rance would be a good one. Rance is a
I've had
very
him.
outspoken fellow.
I've had him on a few times as well.
Nice.
I have to get him. I have to get him on with his wife, otherwise she won't come on.
Yeah.
Sweets won't come on unless
Mhm.
he's on, and I have to try again. I'll try
I
again
love
to get
them.
them
They're
both
great.
on.
They're a cute couple, man.
I've had a multitude of people on, but I'm not asking them on because they're a streamer, they're a content creator. No, I'm not. I'm not out to build that regard. I have a field. The field is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I've had people from Twitch. I've had people from YouTube. I even had one guy from Kick.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do, right? Look, all these platforms become their own little bubbles in themselves, unless you're multi-streaming, and then people make home places, and then you have this sort of biasing, whatever. I get it, right? I want to see Rumble grow, I want to see it get better, but I have no illusions that it has its own issues, it has its own deficiencies, and it has to kind of get past its own face in order to get better. Now it is growing.
So maybe you do need to talk to more people from outside the platform and see kind of why they're where they're at and why they're not moving to Rumble.
Well, there have been a few
like that.
there have been a few I've talked to, and sometimes they're just fine with where they're at. And if they're fine with where they're at, there's no, I'm not going to sit there and try to convince them, oh, you should come over here. Especially when people could point out, well, your app still sucks on the streaming factor and all. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff still to get better. But if they do ask about it, and I do use Rumble Studio for this sort of thing, if they do ask about it, I'll be honest in my take with them. But it's like, it's at least worth giving a shot to if you don't know about it. You could take somebody's word for it and make your judgment there, sure. But if you don't know for sure, it's worth a try. But but again, there is the Rumble side of where they have to take up their tech stuff and get that in a better position. It won't be perfect, but it needs to be. It needs to be able to take the oxygen out of the room for some of the excuses. For that example.
For sure.
But yeah,
this is my first time ever seeing Rumble Studio. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, it's improved a lot over time, and this released in November of 2023. So it was in beta. It was on a beta wait list, and then it came out, I think, in January, February last year. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's been improving over time. There's still some things they could hit on, but I've heard a lot of different things, so it's just got to be a pinpoint of what majority of people want to see use. So there's that. But yeah, it's improved over time. That you see this chat thing on the right didn't used to be there.
Yeah, that's very nice. I like being able to see that.
The only problem is though that my guests cannot chat out to the other places.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could have them together, right?
Do
you show them on stream? Is that on your stream?
What?
The chat, does it show up on your overlay?
Yeah, it's in the chat bar too, right? If you can see it too.
Yeah, but you don't show it on the stream as well.
No,
right?
I don't have it set up like that because you can set up like the theme thing to do that, where it's in like the window, window bar on the screen.
Yeah, yeah, and you can just put it over. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that because there's a lot of people that say things that
Well, yeah,
yeah,
because you're mixing two platforms there.
yeah, and you want if there's a riffraff that comes through like some of those weird bots that you see once in a while, you want to keep
Hmm.
that behind the scenes so that
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I've
So
had some weirdos come through. Yeah, for sure.
life is full of weirdos. Don't ever forget that. Um,
Yes, sir.
that should be a song. Life is full of weirdos. For my next number. Um, but yeah, it's been an interesting time, and yeah, I mean the people I've had on before are always welcome to come back. It's just a scheduling matter, and that's always been a thing for me is scheduling because again, my majority of communication is through Twitter X, and sometimes their notification for DMs is not that great.
Oh,
Oh,
by the way, I need to thank Nomad for the follow. Thank you for following my channel, dude. I appreciate that.
yeah, right there.
I just hit 500 followers.
There you go. Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I hit 500 followers right before you followed. I just got it. So
Woo, woo, woo,
just
woo.
started in August.
Woo!
Yo, and I'm doing good. I'm happy.
He's
Rumble
so.
followers are worth more than other followers. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. Why do you say that?
I say it because they're more engaged. They're more likely to actually show up.
Hmm,
You know, you can have like 1 million followers on YouTube, but
hmm.
you might have like 10 people show up. Rumble, you have 500 followers. You're going to have like 20, 30, 40, 50 people in your chat almost
Yeah,
every
that's.
time.
Oh no. For my
Not
end of things,
necessarily, but you
not
know.
necessarily. Yeah, gotta be realistic. I mean, that's the same thing where any platform is. Even if you have 1,000 followers, you may only get maybe a quarter of that to show up, if at all.
Yeah,
Because it's this weird thing where followers don't always equate to the amount of views. Sometimes you get more beyond your follower count, but it is neither here
yeah,
nor
but
there.
the best example I could think of right now off the top of
Mm,
my head is Dr. Disrespect. Disrespect only's got like 40,000 followers on
mm,
Rumble.
mm.
He pulls like 5,000 viewers every single time.
Yeah, 5
But
6
on his YouTube, he's got like 40 million followers
Mm.
and is barely pulling in 20,000.
Oh, she's. Oh, he's
So
barely pulling in 20,000.
yeah, 25,000 I think is what he's averaging right now.
Well, people will make that comparison to Rome and say, "Well, he's not pulling. Well, RootTube's doing better than that. What the hell?"
But in terms of from
Yeah,
followers to watchers, the ratio is more
yeah,
in favor.
yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's why I say Rumble is nice. Yeah, it's the family feel. The family feel may last in different ways, but it's not going to last forever.
For sure, no man.
Businesses eventually will grow, and that'll be that. I have yet to have my chat attacked by weirdos or bots. Well, kids, guess what we're gonna do later? No.
When it happens, then you'll know you made it, sir.
Hey, Big C, how are you? I've not had a few times. It's been a while though. Well, that's good. That's good. Guess what we're doing later? Guess we're doing. Then Slinger's like, God dang it, guys, come on.
Send the botnet his way. That guy right there.
Yeah, send it to that Canadian who knows stuff. There we go. Oh my gosh, I can't believe there's so many people. Why is it saying nasty words to my chat?
Oh God, no.
Curse! I cursed myself.
Yo, Big Z coming in here. What's up, man?
Big Z's pretty cool.
Good to see you, dude.
I haven't had him on, but it is what it is.
Yo, there's Stuffy.
Yeah, Stuff Central's been on. Phyxicx.
Yo.
Stuff Central and his friend, his crew friend,
Mossy?
Squall Rush. No, Squall Rush.
Oh, Squall Rush. Okay.
Yeah, Squall Rush. Squall Rush is a very big Dragon Ball fan, so if you know the Dragon Ball, he'll wreck you with him. But anyway.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Stuffy will wreck you in fucking Rocket League too. That guy's crazy.
Oh yeah, Stuff is very big on the Rocket League. I've seen I've
Mhm.
slid by some of his videos. The guy will blast you like the back end door of a Christmas dinner. Um, but yeah, I've met a lot of people here, and again, they're not all creators. Some are non-creators. But it's just having that opportunity to talk to a wide array. I mean, it's led to having over 130 different people on.
That's awesome, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I don't see a lot of content creators do that per se. Like they don't. Like imagine if well, I've made the example of imagine if you will, right?
Mhm.
You're a content creator of say 5,000 followers, right? Just a small number. How many options of opportunity do you have, to invite somebody on? Now, obviously, yeah, there's a reliability thing. You have to be careful of people, whatever. But at the end of the day, though, you still have a controlling factor into it. How many people how many opportunities don't you think you have with 5K people? That's mind blowing to me. I've got maybe I don't know how many followers on either end. I've got that many people to have the opportunity with, and a majority of them have been on as guests
Pretty amazing, man.
or
Not gonna lie.
follower or follower of the guests I've had on. So there's that too. But the problem was is I did this thing because I didn't see a lot of the creators that I was following do that. Usually try to go after someone that's higher than them or within the field they like or whatever. I'm just like you're missing a big opportunity here. That's like me going to Monopoly, right? Playing the game Monopoly and there's free parking and it's like there's stacks of 500 right there. I mean, sorry, let me put it this way. It's stacks of ones, right? That's the lowest denominator in Monopoly is the
Yeah.
$1 Monopoly, whatever you call it. A lot of people will look at that and say, "That's not a whole lot. I want 500s. I want 100s. I want 20s. I want all this stuff." I say to you, do you know how many people walk across on everyday life and they miss pennies? They miss coin. Now, obviously, don't go in. If you see one in the street, don't do that. Be smart. All right, be smart where you see the stuff. But imagine you go walk across the street or walk street sidewalk or something like that, and you see a penny right there. Most people are like, and just keep walking. I see a penny and say, I'm a penny richer. But it's sort of like the thing where it feels like that's it. It's like I'm not collecting people as trading cards. I am trying to show that there's all these different people with all these different perspectives, and the amount of conversations you have could go on to ad infinitum. Could you talk about similar things that you talked about the last person? Yes. But is it like the last person that I was talking to about?
Nah.
People when I try to explain to people, they kind of get cut off. But not cut off. They kind of don't understand what it means, but at its simplistic basic is just having conversations with other people. It's that simplistic. I've had people where I felt like I had to draw it's like water out of stone, but at the end of the day, I can learn something from that, right? I can learn how to wheel and deal, how to get stuff going, even from the most difficult person. Because you're trying to dig for that gold nugget, right? You're trying to pan in the river for gold, right? You see those people panning for gold and all this stuff. I'm trying to pan for gold, just trying to find that one thing that they'll latch onto and talk about more and more and keep going down that river and more.
I had a bit of trust with you. I mean, whenever you hit me up, I was like, a little nervous, but he does this all the time. He's gonna be just fine.
I've had
But
people
there's nothing
say,
to fucking worry about. Just go talk to the guy. What are you doing?
yeah, it's all about what you want to get out of it. Yeah, that is true. But it's also what I
Hell, I
want
don't
to.
want nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's also what I want to enrich out of it because again, there's another show I do. It's called Dara's Hangout Den, which is where I bring previous guests back on together. It's only like 4 people total because I've seen those big ones, like those
It
big panels.
gets annoying.
It gets annoying, but
It's like it's not even a conversation. It's a contest at that point.
the fighting contest of words. But
Yeah.
I bring those people together, and I'll be doing one this Saturday with a few people. But I do this thing, bring people together, and they might not have ever met each other before, or wanted to, for that fact. And yet, for that period of time, these people get together. They get to learn a little bit about each other, and maybe something could come out of it. That's the spark that's going for that show.
You're always free to welcome to invite me anytime you want to, man. I'll make it happen. I'm
Oh
pretty chill.
yeah, I'll thank you for that, because that's what Dara's Hangout Den is, and of course Rumble Square.
I pretty well talk to anybody, man. I'm very down to earth about stuff.
Yeah, very very down to earth. Although you can get a little high up there, I saw you floating a bit.
Oh shit!
What's he huffing over there? Helium. Hold on, guys. I'll be right with you.
Floating around making noises over here.
That's probably the one noise I'd be like, oh man, I can't stop laughing. Oh my goodness. And then of course thing is like,
No, I chill with everybody, man, for sure.
that's good. Yeah, because I do try to ask people. Some people don't answer back, and I can point to ages and get nothing. Too expensive to make. Yeah, same with Americans, pennies and stuff. There you go. Learn something new today. Yep. See, we learned something today, class. We learned something to do today. What was it? Don't know. I'm done for the night. Yeah. It's over time. Yeah. Again, this one's filled up, but next month is open. So if you want to go for next month, that's there too. But it's only for guests of Darachat. This is not the Dara's Hangout Den is the only one that's not open to the public. It is basically the people who have been on as guests, because it's sort of like a American Idol, right?
Got a trial.
Go for to see how you are, so to speak. Not as like
Get
a
a feel
mean
for
thing.
somebody. Yeah.
It's not like a mean thing. It's sort of just like, if you're someone who is hard to converse with, it's going to be hard for other people to converse with you too.
Yeah.
And so, you're gonna have to be more and more. But if you're easy peasy, not you don't have to be that easy. But I mean,
I'm very easy.
Oh, goodness,
ladies, hello.
No wonder they're putting you on the pick so many times. Goodness. Look, that one guy we were putting on the picks. Yeah, keep going. He seems easy.
Yeah, that guy's an easy pick. We'll throw him back up there. Let's go.
Like, he's got the face, he's got the looks. Just do it. Just put him back up there. It's okay. No, but thank you. Yeah, everyone who's been on as a guest is Darachat. Darachat has the opportunity to be in Dara's Hangout Den. It's not going to be like a whole 9, 7, or whatever. The only highest I've ever gone is the Rumble Square, and that's 7 total for guests. But it's supposed to be for having it's going to be it's open for people who've been on as guests, or people who just want to not sure of Rumble but want to know more, or people who want to see the platform get better, creator users, that sort of thing. But
there's an awful lot of Rumble creators that I've never really spoken to. Like, I've seen them in my chat. They just come by and say hey and dip out or whatever. I'd love to have a conversation with some of these people. It'd be great.
I wish I had the name recognition to just hit up some of these people and say, hey, would you like to come on? And then I get a response back, but that's not always the case.
Nah,
so I'm kind of
it'll work out. You got something going here. I like it.
Oh yeah, I'm Silver Fox. I'm coming back for you again. I'm coming back for you, Silver Fox. Not for any other reason other than just to chat with you again. Because that's why.
Yeah, I like Silver. Fox is cool, man.
Yeah, he's very. He can be the dick man, as some would say, but he is his own person, so there's that. But it's just about, and for me, I will say I'm guilty of wanting to try to go after people who may seem hard to get. So maybe like one day try for Doc Disrespect, but dear Lord, that's got to be a lot of people
behind.
He would
be a mess.
Yeah, well, I'm revel in the challenge, so to speak. But it's the name recognition stuff, and I'm just not at that point to get that.
It'll happen one of these days.
One of these days, yeah. Or I can. Who was it? Or one of the, I've had on a lady. Her name's Nina Infinity. Lovely. She in my eyes is considered. She's a YouTuber mostly, but she does stream to Rumble, which is great. But I do. She is kind of considered big on that aspect. So, but yeah.
Yeah, this might be a little bit of vanity talking here, but I did add the Doc with his tongue licking emote to my channel the day before they added it to his channel.
Wow.
And I was like, I wonder if someone wasn't just browsing around and happened to see that.
I wonder what was going on.
Yeah, and that's like it's one of his most popular emotes. So
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
Well, Slinger, that comes with a big name recognition, but I appreciate the kind words. I hope to at least get my name up there that people will want to start coming to me and saying, I'd like to come on, sort of thing. But that's going to be a while coming. Plus, probably not being like in the space I'm in, I'm not in it for like all the followers, likes, and money and all this stuff, but it doesn't hurt.
Maybe Joe Toboggan. Maybe not Joe
What?
Rogaine. Joe
Rogaine?
Toboggan.
Joe Toboggan?
Joe Rogaine.
Joe Rogan. Rogan. It's great for men. He used to have a full head of hair too. Just remember that. Joe Rogan used to have a full head of hair.
He did. I swear to God, I saw him in real life one time.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
It was Fear Factor is
back
where
when he was on Fear Factor.
Oh yeah.
Saw him in a Walmart.
I remember because I used to watch that well with my family, and there was one time it was a contest, and the contest was the contestants there had to eat, I think it was either bull penis or bull testicles, and yeah, you're telling me, and somewhere along the line he made a deal with one of the female contestants, like, if you do this thing, I'll do this thing with you. And it was eating a bull penis. And so she actually filled the goal that was set for her, and Joe Rogan ate a bit of bull penis.
He was awesome on that show. He really was.
Yeah, well, he got kind of screwed over by the NBC and all that stuff. But I mean, yeah, it was.
He came out on top.
Yeah,
sure.
He
gets more views than literally everything on NBC.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, except when YouTube is trying to suppress him. So there's that too.
Yeah, right.
Why
he came to Rumble? Oh my God.
Well, it would be nice if he multi-streamed there, but I'm pretty sure it's not on his radar. I mean, there's been people come on and they've mentioned Rumble, but I think that I don't
see the money.
Yeah, and I think that's where he's.
It's the same way with Tim Pool, right?
Well, Tim Pool was multi-streaming to it, and then I guess he just stopped. But I mean, what does money and reach matter when they take you down?
Yeah.
I mean, he's on Spotify though, so that works in his favor too. But still, no, yeah, of course. I mean, that's where, yeah, of course, yeah. Exactly. That's why you go to. That's why if you want to come on, you leave a comment or go to the links. Come on, people. Even the replay people.
I was genuinely happy when you asked me because I was like, "Hey, yo, I'll join that club. Let's go."
Yeah. No, and you're like, who else is coming on? I was like, it's just this man. It's like, oh, that's awesome.
I've seen this fucking guy. Yeah, I know him. I'll go talk to him. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm about. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. We come on, we riz raz a little, and we just all let it loose, and then you're just like, what? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, yo. But anyway. So it's like back in the day, it was like, what was it? Rizzle my nizzle or something like that. What did you see back in the day?
Oh, Rizzle my nizzle.
For Rizzle my nizzle.
Oh God.
Yeah. Fun times ahead. But yeah, I remember what was that thing? The S. You remember when
you draw the 3 lines and then you draw 3 more lines and then you connect them in a certain way. Makes the S.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was called, to be honest.
I don't fucking know either, man. It's just something we did as kids, I guess.
Yeah, but
it's graffiti shit.
When you try to do it, it's like you're all part of the hood,
Yeah, we made us very hood.
Ghetto is more the word. Ghetto is the word. But yeah, it's just the stuff you remember as a kid. That's crazy.
I'm all about some nostalgia.
Yeah, and then you're just like, man, why did I buy this?
Yeah, for real, right? You got a scanners anywhere?
Scanners?
Did you ever get one of those? You
I,
can scan barcodes and you can fight the monsters on the barcodes.
oh, I think I remember something like that. I
Oh
mean,
my.
there was stuff like, what was it? Pokemon cards is still going on. Dear
Yeah,
goodness.
Pokemon cards are still worth money, man. It's crazy.
Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I've got a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I still play Yu-Gi-Oh to this day sometimes.
Do you always say, "Look, I'm reaching for the heart of the card"?
No, but it's a very fun meme to mess around with.
Yeah,
It's a very fun game.
yeah. Oh goodness, it's been
Master Duel. Stuffy plays that shit. I don't know if Stuffy's still in here. Yeah,
stuffy.
Stuffy plays Master Duel. He
I
was talking
don't
trash the other day.
I don't know what Master Duel is though.
It's the new video game form of Yu-Gi-Oh,
Oh
and
really?
it does all the mechanics and stuff for you, so you don't have to fuck with it too much.
Yeah, because I remember when watching the animation or anime or whatever that they went like dice mode at a certain
Oh
point.
yeah,
I was,
Dungeon Dice Monsters, whatever.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
they
what?
actually made a video game about that. Believe it or not.
Real? Oh yeah, that's right. Like the Game Boy.
Yeah, it was on Game Boy Advance, or maybe
Yeah,
it was on
yeah.
PS2 or something. I don't know.
Oh man,
I never played that one.
I remember when I got the purple. Back in the day, it was like when Pokemon Yellow came out, right? Or Pikachu, whatever it was
Oh
called.
yeah, the Special Pikachu edition.
Yeah, the Pikachu
That
edition,
was
and
that's the first one I ever got.
it's same. Well, my grandfather bought it for me, so. But that was a
Yeah.
long time ago. But it was it came. I got the purple Game Boy, the clear one.
Yeah, the clear purple one. Yeah,
Oh
everybody
yeah.
had that one, didn't they?
Well, after there was different colors. There was different
Yeah,
colored ones.
I think my sister got the purple one, and I had the special Pikachu edition one that had Pikachu and Togepi on it,
Mhm.
and that
Yeah,
one's like still worth a bunch of money to this day.
yeah. I didn't. I eventually. I don't know if I took it like to a game store or something, and kind of just, uh, you know how you take your game stuff to a like
Like
GameStop or
GameStop.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, and then just got got the money for it. Because I mean, I eventually went like consoles. I was what was it? Yu-Gi-Oh takes me back. That's right.
Yeah, Slinger for sure, man. That game was crazy.
What was it? My parents still have Sega Genesis. Um,
Oh my
I
god.
yeah. Um,
I remember going to my great aunt's house one time and she was playing Super Mario, the first one.
the NES. Yeah,
And
I
it's all
played.
she ever played. She loved it. Duck Hunt and Super Mario 1.
Yeah, I had
It's
a cousin.
crazy.
I had a cousin who had those two games too, the Super Mario and the Duck Hunt, on the old NES, and then you'd be like,
Yeah, you had to blow in the cartridge to make it work. God. Dude, oh my god. There's so many creators on Twitch that got really big from doing Super Mario stuff.
yeah.
I think there's a big market for Super Mario. People should be playing that on Rumble. We need a Mario guy.
Well, there have been a few people who do play retro games that I have
Yeah.
seen, but it's
I've been dabbling with retro every once in a while.
yeah. I think for me, it just you don't have to choose. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but you don't have to choose a subsection to kind of go with. It's like games should just be played. Um, there's a movie a long time ago. It was called Ready Player One, right? I don't remember if
Yeah, of
you
course.
heard about that. And in the movie, the character Wade Watts, getting towards the end of the movie where they're playing like the game Adventure, which is the old Atari. He's trying to tell you about the first guy who made the first Easter egg, and it wasn't about winning the game. It was about playing the game, stumbling around in the dark to find the invisible dot that you would take back to the beginning, and then you would get the first Easter egg, which was the creator's name.
Oh,
And so, yeah, and if you've not seen the movie, you can go. It's out there, but yeah, it was just an interesting thing to when that was being said. It's like sometimes games should just be played to play, right? Not, I mean, a lot of people play them to do like the platinum stuff or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah,
And then you have
speedrunners.
100% accomplices. No, what do they call completionists? That's right,
Completionists. Yeah.
completionists,
Sure.
accomplishments, yeah, stuff like that, or hidden achievements or stuff like that. And the devs and people, they put them in there for that as like extra things, but it really is just to play a game, right?
Yeah, I recently did a Final Fantasy VII 100% playthrough, and I'm working on a Chrono Cross 100% playthrough.
Ooh,
I like doing the whole 100% because it's like a lot of stuff that people coming to watch your stream, stuff they may not have ever seen when they were playing it.
yeah. I mean, I think you can buy Chrono Cross off Steam
Yeah,
now.
I got it on Steam. Yeah, and modded the crap out of it too. The community did a better job modding it than Square Enix did remastering it,
Wow.
which it happens.
Can't argue with you there, but I've never played it, so I wouldn't know. I did get the Dragon Quest, that new one that came out a few years ago. Dragon Quest 20 or whatever, the definitive age. I can't remember exactly. Um, but yeah, I've played PlayStation 1 games. I've played trying to figure out. I've played Sega Genesis games. I've played GameCube games. Now, GameCube was probably a big hitter for me because the GameCube you could play. I like Smash, obviously. Um, then, of course, there was one game I liked that it would be nice to see a remake or an update on, but I don't know if they ever will. But Skies of Arcadia, I enjoyed that game.
So you're saying we should play some Super Mario 64 multiplayer. Bro, that would be fun. That would
64.
be crazy.
That's the first racing one,
First,
isn't it?
the first 3D Mario.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
On
That was
N64.
NCV. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But then I remember.
I'm not very good at it.
I don't think I would be either. Banjo
Those are so
Kazooie.
bad.
Yeah,
Oh
Banjo.
yeah, yeah, and Donkey Kong 64. All those games are like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Rayman. Rayman was
Rayman.
on there
Yeah,
too. That was when I remember of that game. It was so hard of a game because nowadays you can just save and kind of go back and overdo your mistake, but
yeah.
there were days where yeah, it was not a fun time where if you didn't have a save, it's like curses.
So you brought up Genesis. What about Streets of Rage? Did you ever play Streets of Rage?
No, it was mostly Sonic stuff, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay, okay. I
And
played
some
Streets of Rage 2 on stream here recently. It was very fun. And apparently you can net play that even with emulator and stuff
mm,
and play that with a bunch of people. So
yeah, there was
that would be fun to play some retro games multiplayer.
mhm, yeah, that would be nice. But as time goes on, the companies make it difficult to even keep those games going, rolling up,
That's
right?
another thing. Do you think that they're going to start cutting down on emulators at some point? You think they're going to start, you know,
Just look at Nintendo. Look at what it's doing.
Nintendo is fucking retarded for doing that, but yeah, they are definitely doing it. I
I,
don't know if Sega is going to get into that or I don't know.
I it's tough to say because I mean they're not a console maker anymore. After the
Yeah,
Dreamcast, they kind of stopped. They're a game maker, sure, but some of their games are
and movie makers apparently.
well.
Sort
That's
of.
that's sort of think to the fans and having a director who actually listens to the fans, sort of thing. Even though I'm not story wise, like for the recent one, right? There's a lot of things compared to the game it's actually based on. They
Mhm.
changed up a bit, but it's understandable because a lot of people have never played SA2. And so you're trying to bring a story out of that. And the story itself was maybe a bit convoluted, but at the end of the day, though, I mean,
Kind of got the feeling you were a Sonic fan from your intro there.
the music video was from I just saw it on uh, YouTube, and luckily I was able to get the creator's permission because he's from Australia, and he's done some other stuff too. But
Yeah.
the point of the matter is he did a thing, and it's just using SA2 stuff with a bunch of like, Incredibles and then Iron Giant and a whole bunch of other stuff, but using the um, voices, the actual VAs from that, and it was just fun to listen to, and I was like, that'd be great. So I got that permission, and the rest is history.
So I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What would you like to see more of on Rumble Gaming? Like, what games would you like to see more of? What content would you like to see come out of it?
I wouldn't be able to give you a good answer to that because it's not my forte area. It's not. It's also not a big concern for myself either because it's not the content I create.
You're
I'm not
a huge
against.
gaming guy?
I'm not. I can game, but I don't showcase it. I'm not streaming it. I'm doing it as a
Gotcha.
thing. But all I would like for if for gaming on Rumble is that it helps improve to be beyond the political point, which a lot of people keep pointing to for Rumble. But I hope it also helps in the tech side as well, as people pinpointing things like, oh, this needs to be upgraded or whatever, that sort of stuff. Because there are still things that they need to not be deficient on.
Needs to break away from that whole, like, we're just a political place, because it does feel like that at this point.
Yeah,
Like, people look at Rumble like, oh, that's that right wing platform.
Yeah, which is always going to be
like,
the case
come
until
on,
they
man.
get away from that. But it's also can't be another monolith building thing either, which is an issue with just building the gaming on Rumble. Sort of, I know they've tried to reach for the music side, which is great, but focusing on one area and then another area and then another area is making monolith areas. And I get why they're focusing, because you do want to focus a bit, but there are bits and pieces they can focus on that would benefit the whole platform rather than certain sections.
Yeah.
Because that's what needs to be worked on more, is sections of Rumble or items of Rumble that help everyone, not just, or help a big chunk of people, right? Help a big chunk of the users and creators and all stuff, rather than just, oh, it's only helpful for the gaming or this or that. No, it's helpful for the whole ordeal.
So I never got to ask you, what did you think about them putting Doc on the on Rumble, and the fact they spent money on that, and they did the whole deal with him giving premiums instead of actual subs? What do you think about that whole deal?
Well, which one do you want to answer first? Because you asked a few questions out of that.
Just give me your general idea. I don't know. Just go for it.
Conflicted.
You're
Because
conflicted about it? Yeah.
Well, I'm not conflicted about it. It's just the surrounding of it is conflicting, because there are a lot of people like, oh, this is the worst idea ever. And then you have the controversies of the doc and all this. There's a lot of surrounding it that's very conflicting. So to give a clear answer on it is hard, because one, again, like I was saying before, gaming is not that big of a focus for me, because I game, but I don't play games and have it be my content, right? I did it at one point, but it's not that. I see it as, does it help benefit the platform and growing beyond the politics stuff? It can. It has that possibility.
Gotcha.
Are they getting their money's worth out of him? I don't know, because he supposedly he's in charge of helping the gaming faction, right, and doing that. But then again, my thing is, okay, so what's the progress of that? What's the progress? How much is he of the input is he giving that is benefiting and getting issues resolved, right?
Yeah.
That's
We're not seeing much, are we?
that's where the result I would see more of, rather than just, if his benefit is bringing more people over, then that's a great benefit as well. But the cost of what was given to get him needs to way less than what he's bringing over, right? So his what's say for, like, when you spend money, like his how do I describe that best? There's the expense, which is money going out, but I can't, whatever the word is for incoming, like the income needs to be more than his expense.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes
Is it?
sense.
Is that? I mean, honestly, is it? I don't know. That's
Exactly.
gonna be hard to know, right?
There's not much detail to it other than service level, which is fine. It's a business thing, right? Businesses don't have to give it to you like unless like tax form, whatever, which is usually public information at that point.
Yeah.
But
Slinger's saying he thinks it was good overall. What does Nomad mean by ROI?
ROA I think is return on investment.
Return on invest. Okay, yeah,
Return on investment.
yeah.
Yeah, return on investment. What is what is this return on investment look like and all that stuff?
That's all. Yeah,
I can't. I don't fully know because
there's
we
no
don't.
way to know. I don't think.
We don't. We're not going to see the. We're not going to see the behind the scenes conversations or whatever, the emails or whatnot. We're not going to see that, so it's hard to say I would know the best return. It's a name. Doc is still a big name, no matter what anyone says. It's still a well-known name.
Oh, it
It's
definitely didn't hurt.
yeah, but the issuance of is it helping Rumble get better at its tack? Is it drawing more people over? Those are the things people look at because I mean it does in the way because there are gamers that are benefiting from that, right? There are gamers that are better that and the gaming on Rumble thing, but there are gamers who are benefiting from the doc thing in a way, and of course from the gaming on Rumble. But
Yeah, that's another question. Is what do you think of gaming on Rumble? Do you think they're doing a good job? What do you
I
think about that whole deal? I think they're doing pretty awesome for the most part. I mean, I think it's not reaching as far as they hoped it would. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't
the
know.
yeah, that's where I'm not too sure myself because
It definitely needs to be more than just X. It needs to be more on.
well, they did say Instagram and like TikTok, but then again, TikTok's kind of like
Yeah, they featured me for their very first clip that they ever did.
nice.
And I thought that was interesting. I was like, well, I guess, but why me? Like, I'm not
No, you don't say why.
terribly entertaining.
You don't say why me is like why not? What?
Right. No, I was like, it was like, okay, cool. I mean, I appreciate that, obviously.
Besides X, yeah, that's another thing right there too. Has never seen a commercial ad for gaming on Rumble anywhere besides X.
Yeah.
That's another thing of them is how well is their marketing team and to what are they marketing to and all those.
But that also comes back to they need to make money so they can hire people to do the thing to make
See how this problem is so multivariate you can't pin. It's like
it's like
so
what the hell, man.
the best way I can describe this issue, it's a big ball of multicolored yarn, right?
Yeah.
One side is not going to pull all the ball undone, right? You're going to have different colors coming out which way, and you've got to be able to figure out what's the right way of getting it all in one go, but it doesn't work that way.
Right.
So you can have this mess of a big multicolored yarn where it's going to require different pieces, all this stuff to just whatever. And yeah, that's why it's so interesting to me when people try to pinpoint to one issue when it's not one issue that's the issue. It's multiple issues. It's like it's like going to it's like trying to go to a crime and saying, well, the guy just went up and shot him. Okay, but with what gun? Where did he buy it from? There's multiple ways this can go. Good question to ask is, what is the goal of Rumble's marketing? I don't know.
I need like 1 minute.
Sure. He's coming back. He's coming back. I don't know. That's a good question to ask. Unfortunately, I have no answer. I don't know marketing, so I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, that'd be a good question to ask, but I don't have those connections, so I wouldn't know what to tell you. But yeah, that'd be an interesting question to ask for sure. How to ask it is also another way to go too, because you don't want to go in like, what is the purpose of your marketing team? What? Huh? A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people make mistakes when they allow their emotional bit to get involved and like, F this, Rumble ain't doing it, F this, F that, whatever. And it's just like, if you understand the intricacies of what it takes to run a video hosting site, you probably would have a better way of trying to rephrase that and getting it across. Like I want to try this more positive moving forward manner, Rumble Squared. But it's going to require me not to yell at them every 5 minutes because that just doesn't work. Marketing is the department of a company to get the message out of the products of the company. Yeah, but who's their marketing? How good are they? I don't know how to judge that. I don't know how to judge it at all. I mean, you could say, well, it doesn't seem like it's doing very well at all. It's like, okay, that's one way we could do it. As on a ground level basis, we could say, I'm not seeing very much of it anywhere else. And again, stuff that marketing does require money. So there's that too. But I mean, you could just ask people to grab their videos and be like, can we put this together and make a video out of it and send it out there? That would probably cost you less money than it is to make it all wide-eyed and fancy or whatever. Ever seen a Rumble commercial? Well, I don't watch regular TV anymore, and I don't listen. I do listen to radio, but I don't watch TV much anymore. That and I have ad blockers, so I don't see ads very much anymore. So I can't really speak to that. I can't really speak to that. So
you notice there's like a huge ad blocking war going on right now too?
are you talking like what YouTube is trying to do?
Yeah, YouTube's trying to do it. Twitch is also working on it. Rumble's the only place I know that isn't.
I'm using Brave and I ain't got no issues.
Same, man.
People like,
I saw Asmund posted on X the other day about it, and he was like, I feel sorry for that one fool I got 8 cents off of, because he posted his earnings, and one of it was like 8 cents on ads.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I mean, premiums, paying for not have to do with promo has a hard little time. Yeah, that's true. I can agree with that. I think, giving people options to pay to not have ad show is a great idea. Not only does it help support the platform, but people probably don't want to have to deal with that. But you got to make it reasonable, right? Compared to YouTube's premium, which is like $15 growing, Rumble's is at 10, and that's pretty reasonable for all the stuff you get, plus the extra stuff of like trying out items or whatever.
All you gotta do to get premium now is go hang out in Docs chat for like 5 minutes. People gift subs there so often you'll get a free premium.
Nice. Yeah.
Pro tip, everybody.
Pro tip: hang out with the doc and get free premium. What? Yeah. I don't know about Rumble marketing. I just know it feels like it's in a limbo state and it's not doing as well as one could believe it could do, but there probably could be intricacies that we don't see and don't understand, and we'd be talking out our butts. So there's that.
Definitely needs some work, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in talking about my butt, although it makes for a good conversation. But anyway, it is the 2-hour mark, and so we've gone for a little over 2 hours, but I'm going to end it there because unfortunately I do have to get up in the morning and I do have to set up for tomorrow's stream too. So, but again, we're going to do a few more things first before we leave, so do not fret. So the first thing, of course, is self-promotion. And of course, I know this man is a little like, I got to do this again?
Yeah. Don't follow me. Ignore me. I don't exist.
Look, the links are in the description below. If you ain't at least given him a look, then that's on you. But at least give him a look and see if he's worth the follow. All right? If he's worth the follow, give it to him, because at least he earned it. Okay? But his links are down below on either Rumble or YouTube. All right? It's on both places. Give him a look. See if he's worth it. He's worth it. If he's not, he's not. All right? There you go. Okay? There's the big old Phyxicx right there.
That'll
in
work.
the description below. All right.
I don't ask for nothing.
Yeah, he don't ask for nothing, but look at the face. Give it a try. But from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or whether you're on the YouTube side, guess what? If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or a follow, doesn't matter if it's a little bit or all of it. anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because, again, not only does it help with being seen more, like all creators want to be, it also helps in having other people as guests, as like Phyxicx here, as like Slinger Games, as like UB Legend and Vapid Gamers, and so many more people. Over 130 different people. I haven't even counted since the last time, so I need to get back and count how many more people I've added on. But at the end of the day, though, it's about having conversations with people across the table, basically. So
You coming back and checking this guy out. He's doing good things here. This is good.
I try.
like this.
I really do. So if you want so any help with the engagement factor on either Rumble or YouTube is much appreciated. And of course, if you want to see where else I'm at, there's a link down below. If you'd like to take up the opportunity to come on yourself, guess what? You either leave a comment on Rumble or YouTube, or go down the link below. And any help with either end is much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. And of course, well, thank you. I try so
Appreciate
hard.
it, Slinger.
Singer's giving like the gold star right there. But tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern is my Pay It Forward stream. Pay It Forward stream number 42. I believe, it's Pay It Forward stream number 42. So hopefully see you guys there. Plus, I have a guest on at 8 p.m. Anna's Gameland, a lovely lady that I've met from the Twitter X/Discord. So hope to see you all for that. But again, that's at 7 p.m. and then 8 p.m. for the guests. So don't forget that. And of course, I can't forget. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it is questions from hat. I bought a hat from Rumble and I put a bunch of questions in it. Questions that should be easy for anyone to answer, but I've been surprised that some questions are a little hard for many people to answer. So, it's their deal. But anyway, my guest gets 2 freebie questions. That's how it works. Now, I'm not monetized on YouTube, so sorry, YouTube side, but no way to pay into it. But if you're on the Rumble side, you can pay a rant to have one more question pulled out of the hat beyond the 2. So, I'm going to reach in for my first of the 2. All right, I'm closing my eyes. I'm not looking. I'm not going to be like, oh, here's a special one I'd like to ask. No. Let's leave this to the chance of fate right here. All right, here's the first one. What does this say? This says, are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm definitely a night owl. I look at my streaming hours. I start at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon and I go until 4 in the morning.
I was just saying, are you a hoop? But that would have been a different story.
No, definitely a night owl.
Yeah. Now I know who keeps me awake at night. Woo, wake up, woo. All right. Well, this will be the last question unless someone gives a Rumble rant. So, all right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's like tilling soil. I'll eventually get to one. There we go. All right. Here's the second one, unless someone gives a Rumble rant. Let's see what it says. The question is, if you could instantly master any musical instrument without practicing, which would you pick?
It's guitar.
Why is that?
Bass guitar. Because I've always loved bass guitar. I'm actually all right at it. I'd love to be even better. It's my favorite instrument.
You just like it deep and like it low.
I love the low notes. I love the bass lines. Good bass lines make the world go round.
That's right. And
Absolutely.
you could certainly swoon ladies with a few deep bass, but that's for another time. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the show. Hopefully to see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the Pay It Forward stream, and then 8 p.m. for the guest at Anna's Gameland. And of course, as usual, don't forget the engagement factor, likes, and all that stuff on either end. And of course, the thing we lead out on is One Day With You by Pogo. Hope to see you all tomorrow. And of course, thank you again, Phyxicx. You are always welcome to come back, like all my other guests. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And again, guys, and don't forget to mute your mic because it will, like earlier. So, One Day With You by Pogo. Have a great night, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Dara, see you later.
Mhm.